Briefly, I was a young aspiring actress, 17 years old, from Denver, Colorado. Had an agent who believed that I had enough talent and promise to move it on to the next level. And I was introduced to Bill Cosby at 17, and he was supposed to mentor me and to open up some doors of opportunity for me to move on to New York City.
Barbara, we were in here talking about the sort of the historical moment that all represented and how awful young women were treated by men, particularly in Hollywood. Do you think that in his mind, this was some sort of weird quid pro quo?
This was a very deliberate and masterminded program of grooming. So I was groomed from a young age as a young actress to be vulnerable to his prey. Within the first 30 minutes of the first audition process, he knew everything about me. He extracted all my personal business. I was an only child. I didn't have a father figure in my life. I was vulnerable, young, had trust issues, and made it very clear to me in the first 30 minutes that if I was going to be an effective actress, I needed to relax and learn to trust him, and that he was going to take over that role as a mentor and be a father figure to me. And by the way, let's not forget, at that time, he was identified as Dr. Huxtable, the loving, warm, kind, sincere, patriarchal father-type figure, America's favorite dad.
And you said you were 17 when this went down. Were you underage, or was that age of consent in the state you were in, or was this childhood assault?
There was no consent whether I was underage or not underage, but at 17 years old, I was taken across state lines to attend celebrity functions as a way to groom me for celebrityism.
Wow.
I felt, and I was told, and my mother was explained explicitly by Cosby and my agent that I would be in good hands, I was safe, and that moving to New York was, I was right for that. I was ready for that. But the grooming process was well underway.
Barbara, if I may, and I do not want to minimize what happened to you, but to me it sounds like pimping. It sounds like your agent basically pimped you to a famous actor, because at the time that we're talking about, he was this huge star in Hollywood, and I'm not sure how many credits you had.
You're suggesting that the agent understood what
Yeah, I feel that the agent set her up, because why would an unheralded actress be given to one of the largest stars?
He saw some potential in her, and this guy was known to do that. They didn't necessarily know that he raped them on the other end of it.
Bill Cosby, the acting coach, like all of it just sounds so wrong from the beginning.
Let me let Barbara respond.
So I just want to.
Lisa, hang on, Barbara. Before you do, Lisa, do you want to address that?
Yeah, listen, I'm with you. I think there's some serious questions here about the agent's involvement in this. Maybe he didn't know that Bill Cosby was going to rape her, but clearly sex was going to be a part of it. And we're talking about a 17-year-old underage girl and a married, let's not forget he was married during the entire time period that all of the 47 accusers are talking about, big celebrity.
And Barbara, the more we hear about the culture, the circumstance, the duplicity, we just all we want to go take a shower afterwards. But please address what Shagun said.
Well, if I understood your question, you're asking me what I'm doing now?
No. The question was the agent in on this in some sort of way? And there are other people that we should also be really pointing the finger at that may have been accomplices to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, let me answer it this way. Cosby could have never gotten away with what he got away with for the decades that he did if he was not hermetically sealed inside of a bubble and an inner circle of people that was many, many layers thick. So when I was that age and I told my agent that I was raped by Bill Cosby, she did nothing. Now, I told others as well. And the work that I do now, I'm trying to help the women and the industry leaders in Hollywood to understand what happened to me. There's three things that happened. A, there was culpability. B, there were people turning the other cheek. And three, Ignorance, people that did not know what to do with the information, people that were fearful and afraid of losing something, people that didn't want to lose their jobs and wanted to shut their mouths and just pretend it was going away and did not happen. So I was not protected